Welcome, everybody. Mark Lidbetter, sports editor of the Suburban Newspapers, here with another edition of Judgement Calls. And we're going to be talking some hockey tonight with a young lady, Alero Eribo, 16 years old, 2 years here in Canada, and she wants to play our national game. She's registered. Her younger sister has registered. But we're going to talk a bit about what's facing her in her try to get into our national game. Alero, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've come from Lagos, Nigeria 2 years ago.
Yes.
You're attending St. Luke's School in Côte St. Luc. You live in Côte St. Luc with your mom and your two siblings. What attracted you to want to play hockey?
Well, when I moved here, my first year I was in another school, English school. The next year I moved to French school. And so in the French school, you have a year off to learn. And we were doing a kind of project to get us accustomed into Quebec culture, to get us into the Quebec culture. And my job was to find work on sports. That was my part. So I remember I was Googling things, and the first time I popped up was hockey. I was like, wow, what is this? And surprisingly, it was actually a clip from the Pittsburgh Penguins that I saw. I was looking back, it should probably have been the Montreal Canadiens, but it was Pittsburgh Penguins I saw. And I remember watching Crosby, actually. I was like, whoa, this is cool. It's like, why? They're on ice. And I was like, Mom, I need to do this. And she's like, yeah, but you always talk about sports. And no, this one is different. So the next day I called I Googled around and I have a rink. I found I had a rink 2 minutes from my school and 10 minutes from my house. I was like, yes, perfect. So the next day I rented skates. So I had no more allowance money. I used my allowance money to rent skates, and then I started practicing in the rink. That's how I got in.
And I understand that, you want to register with Côte St. Luc hockey. Now, the thing is, your age category.
Yes.
You're going in at the midget level, which for anybody, it would be difficult because you have to combine the skills with the skating.
Yes.
With players that have maybe played since they were 6 years old.
Yes.
They've got 10 years on you when it comes to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a very daunting task, but you're determined to play.
Yes.
Do you have a plan B of how you're going to play?
Actually, I don't really have a plan B. I have my plan A. Really is the bottom line is I do want to play. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to play. So if my plan A to play is going through the traditional leagues, but so far that hasn't been working as much. So my plan B is just forming my own league, not really my league, but a league for girls like me who are having the same issues and would like to play hockey.
Now, you said you've watched some of the men's hockey on clips. Have you taken a look at any of the women hockey that gets played out there? Like the great rivalry, Team Canada against Team USA. You should look that up and see the great rivalry and the skills that they play with. I think that would be really enticing for you.
I do watch women's hockey. I've actually been trying. I have an Instagram page on Hockey Girls where in the beginning, especially during the quarantine, I really tried as much to put out female hockey content for female hockey players to see, because to be honest, we don't see as much as we should. It's not as covered as it should be. So I try to gather female hockey content, with female hockey players, with Marie-Philippe Poulin, just so they can see them and know, these are girls like me who are doing awesome things.
Now, you've worked on your skating. What was the hardest part that you found when it came to learning to skate?
My worst nightmare is crossovers. I have huge issues with crossovers. Till now, I've been trying. It's not as good as it should be, but I'm getting better. But we're not best friends. I and crossovers.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Exactly.
And have you done any drills on ice, or has it all been off ice, like with a stick or anything to that effect and a puck? Have you had a chance to work on some of that?
Well, that is part of the issues that I was talking about. There is really no ice time. I did have in my local rink, the one beside my house, I did have ice time because it's right next to my school. During the winter, it's open. We have the open ice where anyone can go in. So I used to go there. I used to go there during my lunch times after school. I spent like at least 8 hours there. So I have that. But apart from that, there is nowhere really to practice, playing a match, playing a game against other people. So the only thing I can do is maybe stick handle. So after a while, it gets repetitive. And even if I do try to integrate into leagues, I don't have that practice time. I don't really know how to play in a real game because there's just not enough ice time.
But at some point, especially now, it's hard with COVID going on.
Exactly. Yes.
Nobody is playing. But
yes,
I guess know at some point in the future, you definitely are going to play hockey. You're determined,
Thank you.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
And the arena down from your school, would that be the Doug Harvey Arena?
Yes, Doug Harvey.
Know it well.
It's awesome.
I've been there to cover hockey, ringette, different things.
Wow. It's an amazing rink, amazing people. Everyone's wonderful.
Yes, and I'm old. I refereed the very first hockey game in there when it opened.
Wow. That's amazing. That's so cool.
Hey, there you go. You could always take up refereeing too.
Yes. Yes, I'll look into that.
Then you get the last word. You get to tell them no matter what, the player. No, go in the box. Well, I love your determination. I love your enthusiasm. I know that there are people out there that want to help you attain that goal.
Thank you.
And we just have to wait and see. They just announced another 4 weeks here in Quebec of restrictions, which that's going to put the team sports behind the 8 ball again for another 4 weeks, I believe.
Yes.
So I guess for now it'll be just hitting the ice and skating.
Yes.
And
off ice. Yes,
well, I want you to continue to pursue your dream.
Thank you.
It's nice to see young people that are determined and they have a goal and they're focused to achieve it.
Thank you.
And this is Mark Lidbetter for this edition of Judgment Calls. And my judgment call on this one is, you want to play hockey? You're going to play hockey. You have to have the determination like Alero has. And
thank you.
And for now, that's it for this edition of Judgment Calls. You know where to find me, sports@thesuburban.com. You have any questions, you have any answers, even if you have any information for Alero to help her out to make it onto the ice as a hockey player. Until next time, this is Mark Lidbetter. Everybody, stay safe.